coming over.
The sophomore slump that never happened. Catch a dime, family.
Like to play with Kate?
Well, they're going to play teams that aren't in the top 3 in the league. That's all they've played so far with Connecticut.
There was a hope among the WNBA veterans that after the chaos of 2024,
a foul which was called. The question is, will they call it?
And the injury-shortened 2025,
Well, that is the last thing that anybody wants to see.
the Caitlin Clark hype would finally cool down. They were waiting for the sophomore slump. They were waiting for the league to figure her out.
Trying to stay with her. Lindsay Allen gets hooked and banks it in.
The mood in the league isn't just competitive, it's fearful. Because the Caitlin Clark that showed up to Indiana Fever training camp this month isn't the same girl who was getting pushed around in 2024.
Clark picked by Agumbawale. Odyssey spots up. This is what we talked about.
Today, we are breaking down the fear factor, the 3 major evolutions in Caitlin's game that have the old guard terrified for their legacies.
You want to call it a weight room bucket, it's just more size, more girth, a little bit stronger around the rim than Azurá Stevens.
If you're one of our 65-plus strategy experts, hit that bell. We're going deep into the psychology of the game.
Clark slings it over to Hull, wide open 3. She got it. Caitlin Clark on that one.
The physical transformation. No more easy fouls. Let's talk about weapon number 1, the body. In 2024, the old guard strategy was simple. Get physical.
Indiana Fever in the Chicago Sky here from Wintrust Arena. The Fever really stretched out this one.
Bump her at half court, foul her hard in the paint, and wear her down. But look at the film from the April 22nd scrimmage.
Clark hammered. 3 Sky players coming over.
She spent the offseason in a world-class strength program. She's added lean muscle, she's playing lower to the ground, and she's no longer being moved off her spots. That welcome to the league physicality doesn't work on her anymore. For our viewers who appreciate the grit of the game, this is a nightmare for defenders. When you can't physically intimidate a shooter of her caliber.
Oh, that's on the rip-through on the cut by Power Cassidy. With the elbow.
Previous foul is under review.
You're out of options. She's absorbing contact and finishing and ones at a rate that is frankly demoralizing for veteran post players. The fear factor is knowing that your best defensive weapon, intimidation,
Shades goes and then makes the pass up top. It just gives Hull an extra beat to get the shot off in an open way.
is officially offline. The invisible playmaking, chess versus checkers. Weapon number 2 is the brain.
Quick with her footwork, reads the D, demands a double, but scores in isolation coverage.
Last year, the veterans thought they could bait Caitlin into hero ball. They'd double-team her and wait for the turnover, but in 2026, Caitlin has mastered the invisible pass.
Gatorade. You're running the mill behind the back pass, yet it somehow led Sydney Fulcher to the basket. You got to put a lot of oomph on that to get that ball to go the direction you want to. Caitlin Clark never makes anything boring in a basketball game.
She is manipulating defensive gravity like a 10-year vet. She's no longer just looking for the home run pass. She's making the hockey assist, the pass that leads to the pass.
Gives it up. Lob it in, Howard. Good position.
By involving Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston earlier in the shot clock, she's making it impossible for the old guard to cheat on defense.
A 15-second differential, shot clock and game clock. And his best defender, Ryan Howard, watches the Fever rookie star. Mitchell screen, the switch on to Gray. Samuelson inside. Boston working on Tyus. Spins and matches her career high.
For our 65-plus demographic who loves the pure point guard era, you're seeing an evolution here that is reminiscent of the greats. She isn't playing checkers with these teams anymore. She's playing grandmaster-level chess.
Caitlin through the lane. Boston from long range. Aaliyah Boston hits her 7th three.
And the veterans are running out of pieces.
Be surprising 13.
Watching history, not hype. Why is this community so invested? Because you've seen the old guard dominate for a decade.
On the rim than Azurá Stevens.
The fear factor is that Caitlin Clark isn't just a flash in the pan. She is a 20-year problem.
And Caitlin Clark is hurt. Not sure what happened.
When she signs deals with Wilson and Gatorade that focus on the history of the game,
drive, Clark, fade, for two, it's good.
Zone now, 9 seconds to shoot, inside to Billings. Billings, the reverse, off the glass.
she's signaling that she respects the throne. She just intends to take it. You are the engine of this growth.
She gets it out of that left hand, and it's money. She's open now. Caitlin Clark. Clark puts down the deep throw with Steph Curry-like range out there.
Here's Clark. A deep one. You bet! Caitlin.
Because you recognize that we aren't just watching a star. We are watching a shift in the global sports landscape.
First shot. And it's a Paige finds herself down low, kicks it out to Caitlin Clark. Clark puts it up, and nothing but net.
Clark working on Van Loo. Oh, Clark, pretty step back, hits a three.
The catch a dime verdict. So I want to hear from the tactical minds today. Do you think the old guard can find one more defensive trick to slow down this 2026 version of Caitlin?
After a rough start. Clark, a little bit of daylight. Ooh, another fancy move by Clark. And now Samuelson's turn.
Or is the MVP trophy already engraved with her name?
Another look at Caitlin Clark's debut shot. In rhythm, comes off the screen, gets the handoff. And you're right, that very much was.
Drop a crown in the comments if you're ready for the era of dominance. Hit that like button if you value these deep psychological dives, and make sure you are subscribed with that notification bell on. Opening night is almost here. We'll see you in the next one.